In the heart of Kenya, where golden savannas stretch as far as the eye can see, lies the magnificent Maasai Mara National Reserve. This incredible place is home to lions, elephants, giraffes, and so many other animals. But every year, something truly extraordinary happens here. A spectacle that draws people from all over the world. The Great Migration. This is the story of over 1 million wildebeest traveling hundreds of miles in search of fresh grass and water. It's a tale of survival, courage, and family. In a large wildebeest herd, there lived a young calf named Jabali, which means rock in Swahili. His mother, Tulia, knew he would need to be strong. At just 3 months old, Jabali was still learning about life. His legs a bit wobbly, but his heart full of curiosity. He loved running with the other calves and playing with his best friend, a young zebra named Punda. Jabali once asked his mother why they traveled with zebras. "We help each other," Tulia explained. "Zebras have better eyesight to spot danger, and we have a better sense of smell to find water. Together, we're safer." One morning, the air changed. The older wildebeest grew restless, sniffing the wind and grunting. "It's time, my little rock," Tulia said gently. "The Great Migration is beginning." Jabali was nervous. He'd heard stories of crocodiles and lions, but also of beautiful green valleys at the end of the journey. As the sun rose, the ground began to thunder with the sound of millions of hooves. A river of animals flowed across the savanna, and Jabali stayed close to his mother, understanding this was no game. This was survival. The first day was brutal. The sun beat down, and dust filled the air, making it hard to see or breathe. "Mama! I can't see you!" Jabali cried. "I'm right here," Tulia called back, as his Aunt Baraka shielded him from the stampeding herd. They moved relentlessly, a family united against the chaos. As they journeyed, they saw giraffes watching from afar and a pride of lions lurking nearby. "Stay in the center of the herd," Tulia warned. "Lions can't reach us there." Jabali's heart raced, but he pressed closer to his mother. That evening, Punda seemed worried. "I heard the older zebras talking," he whispered to Jabali. "The most dangerous part is ahead, the Mara River crossing." Jabali tried to sound brave. "What's so scary about it?" Punda whispered back. "Crocodiles. Huge crocodiles waiting in the water." Fear crept into both their hearts, but Tulia overheard them. "Yes, the river is dangerous," she said honestly. "But we'll cross together. We'll watch out for each other." Fear is natural, but we can't let it stop us. For days, the herd walked. Jabali's legs grew sore. "How much farther, Mama?" he'd ask. "Look around you," Tulia would say. "See how we all move together? Millions of us, working as one. That's our strength." Jabali felt proud to be part of this ancient tradition, a journey his ancestors had made for thousands of years. But danger was never far. One day, a coalition of cheetahs attacked. The herd exploded into motion, and Jabali ran for his life. Staying right beside his mother and Punda, they escaped, but it was a harsh lesson. Staying together was a matter of life or death. On the 7th day, a new sound filled the air. The roar of rushing water, the Mara River. It was wide and brown, churning with powerful currents. Just beneath the surface, dark shapes moved slowly. Crocodiles. Dozens of them waiting. Thousands of animals gathered at the riverbank, hesitating, the tension thick with fear. No one wanted to be first. Then, with a mighty splash, one brave wildebeest jumped in. Then another and another. The crossing had begun. "Stay close," Tulia shouted as they plunged into the water. The current was overwhelming, pulling at Jabali's legs. He kicked desperately, panic setting in. "Mama!" he cried. "I'm here! Keep swimming!" Tulia used her body to shield him from the current. Suddenly, a huge crocodile surged toward a young zebra just ahead of them. "Punda!" Jabali screamed, but Punda's father kicked out, striking the crocodile in the head. All around them, the water churned with chaos and terror. Tulia and Aunt Baraka formed a protective shield around Jabali, guiding him forward. They reached the other side, but the bank was steep and muddy. Animals slipped and slid, some falling back into the treacherous water. Jabali scrambled, his hooves slipping. He slid backward, but Aunt Baraka was right there, giving him a push with her head. With one final burst of energy, Jabali made it over the top. He was safe. On the far side, families called out, regrouping. Jabali found Punda. Both of them wet, tired, but alive. "We made it," they said, their voices shaking. They had crossed the river, but the sight of an orphan calf crying for its mother was a heartbreaking reminder of the journey's toll. After the river, they faced another grueling challenge, climbing the steep escarpment. Jabali's legs ached. "I can't do it, Mama," he whimpered. "One step at a time," Aunt Baraka encouraged. "Just take one step." Then another. Punda walked beside him, and together they climbed. Step by step, they pushed onward. And when they finally reached the top, the sight took their breath away. A vast, green valley stretched out before them. Paradise. The fresh grass was the most delicious thing Jabali had ever tasted. All the pain and fear had been worth it. 4 weeks. Life was wonderful. Jabali grew stronger, playing in the lush grasslands. He met an old, wise elephant named Tembo. "Why does life have to be so hard?" Jabali asked. Tembo smiled kindly. "Life is hard because easy things don't make us strong," he said. "Your journey makes you brave. It brings families closer. Without the journey, you would never discover how truly powerful you are." Jabali had never thought of it that way. But peace in the wild is fragile. A pride of lions appeared, stalking the herd. They targeted a young, weak calf. But something amazing happened. The adult Wildebeests formed a protective circle, horns lowered, hooves stamping. They stood their ground, united. The lions, facing a wall of determination, eventually gave up. Jabali felt a surge of pride. Together, they were mighty. After months in the valley, the grass began to thin. It was time to return. "We have to cross the river again," Jabali asked, but this time there was no terror in his voice. He was no longer a scared little calf. He was stronger, wiser, a survivor. The return journey was still difficult, but Jabali swam with confidence. He even helped guide younger calves, calling out encouragement. "You can do this." Finally, they were home, back in the beautiful Maasai Mara, where the grass was green from the recent rains. The familiar landscape looked different to Jabali because he had changed. He had left as a frightened calf and returned as a brave young wildebeest. That evening, new calves came to him with questions. "Is the journey really as scary as they say?" one asked. "Yes," Jabali said honestly. "It's scary, and it's hard, but it's also amazing. The journey is what makes us who we are." Standing on a hill with Punda, Jabali looked out over the vast herd. He was now a veteran of the Great Migration. "Are you scared to do it again?" Punda asked. "A little," Jabali admitted. "But I'm also excited, because I know that no matter what comes, I have my family, my friends, and my herd. Together, we can face anything." He was part of something bigger than himself, part of nature's greatest spectacle, part of the endless circle of life. Thanks for watching our story today. If you were inspired by Jabali's journey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing tales from the wild.